Hi, my name is Ben Sher. I'm a faculty member at the Berklee College of Music. I'm a jazz guitarist and a composer and arranger. And I'm here today just to give you a little introduction into studying jazz. We're going to look at some stuff on the piano and on the guitar. And the tune that we're going to be talking about is Autumn Leaves. Here's Autumn Leaves on the guitar. So, the first thing about learning how to play jazz deals with the motion of the chords and the way the chords interact with each other. When I see guitarists come into Berklee and I ask them, and they try and play Autumn Leaves, a lot of times they'll come in playing that's not wrong, but it doesn't tell you enough about the way that the chords need to move from one to the other. The motion in jazz songs deals with a lot of, for those of you, maybe some of you know this term, motion by cycle of fourths or cycle of fifths, which is very easy to see on the guitar. If we started higher. Now, if we have chords that are built with the root and fifth in the bass, then we get something that sounds like this. It's more like Green Day than jazz. So the basic ordering for jazz chords, I'm going to do it first on the guitar because the guitar is very easy to see, and then we're going to go over to the piano and do it. On the sixth string, you have the root, and then you skip a string, and then you have the seventh. We're going to look at a minor seventh chord, and then you have the third on the G string. And on the fifth string, you have the opposite. You have the root, the seventh, the third, and then the seventh. So you can see how those two chords, A minor 7 and D7, go together very, very smoothly. And then that resolves to G major 7 with the root, the seventh, and the third. So we're going to cycle that down starting on D minor 7. And then that becomes C major 7, C minor 7 to F7 to B flat major 7, B flat minor 7 to E flat 7 to A flat major 7. Or if we start on the fifth string, we start with the root, third, seventh, D minor 7th, and go to the root, 7th, third on the sixth string, G7, and then resolve to C major 7. So let's do the same thing starting on G minor 7th on the 10th fret. let's take a look at the piano for a second, how this works. Even if you're a guitar player, it's really, really good to play these kind of voicings on the piano as well, because guitar is very easy to transpose and you might not be processing the information about what notes you're playing. So very good to get yourself to the piano and play these kind of changes that we were just talking about. Let's start with, how about we start with G minor 7 on the, with the, no, let's start with C minor 7. F7, major 7, then that becomes minor. Or starting the other way with the 3rd in the middle and the 7th on top. So going back to Autumn Leaves, you can see how that really details, we'll look at the first 8 bars of Autumn Leaves, that really details the motion from chord to chord. In fact, that's what the song is based on. So, when you're playing a solo, you really don't have time to play all of that much on any one of the chords. They're moving so quickly. You don't really have time to play. You have to really practice playing where one note is moving to the other. Same thing on the guitar. Now the last thing for today, we'll look at creating 4-note chords instead of just the 3. So on guitar, it's kind of nice to see because we have this basic structure. So we can keep those notes, and then you can think of the note on the B string as almost a melody. So say if we played that A minor chord and we put an E on top. Then when we went to the D7 chord, it becomes D9, and then we go chromatically down, and then it resolves to. So if we were to just practice that voice motion through the cycle of fourths, we'd have. Let's do one more. Let's do the one that starts with the root 3rd and 7th. We have D, F, and C, and let's put the E on top. And then when we go to G7, we get a G with the E on top, or G13th. And then if we were to move to C, it goes down chromatically, and that becomes G7 sharp 5. And resolves to C major 9th. that one chromat going by step. Now let's just look at it for a second on the piano. Same structure. And this is also going to affect the way your improvisations work. Okay, so that's just a quick overview for today, just to kind of get you in the ballpark, and I look forward to meeting with you online and we can get into this much, much deeper and much more systematic. Thanks for listening.